In the world of Demon Slayer, darkness falls every night. With it comes a terrible fear. This is the time when demons emerge from the shadows. They hunt humans for food, bringing tragedy to countless families. These creatures are not mere monsters, they were once human themselves. Twisted by the blood of a powerful demon, they lost their memories and their humanity. They gained incredible strength, regenerative abilities, and a relentless hunger for human flesh. This constant threat forces people to live in fear, locking their doors and praying for the sun to rise. The night is a long and dangerous time, filled with whispers of monsters that lurk just beyond the light. The society in Demon Slayer is built around this fundamental conflict. The existence of demons has shaped how people live, travel, and even think. Villages are isolated, and travel after sunset is considered a death sentence. The fear is palpable, a heavy blanket that smothers hope in many communities. The stories of demon attacks are passed down through generations, becoming cautionary tales for children. Yet amidst this widespread terror, a small but dedicated group of warriors fights back. They are the last line of defense for humanity, a beacon of light in a world consumed by darkness. They operate in secret, unknown to the general public, waging a hidden war to protect the innocent from the horrors of the night. This eternal struggle between humans and demons is the very heart of the story. It is a battle not just of swords and supernatural powers, but of ideologies. The demons represent despair, selfishness, and the loss of one's soul for the sake of power and survival. They prey on the weak and embody the darkest aspects of existence. On the other hand, the humans who fight them represent hope, sacrifice, and the unbreakable bonds of family and friendship. They fight not for personal gain, but for the protection of others, holding on to their humanity even when faced with overwhelming odds. This clash of values is what makes every confrontation so meaningful and emotionally charged. The conflict is ancient, stretching back for centuries. It is a cycle of violence and sorrow that seems to have no end. For every demon slain, another seems to rise, created by the same dark source. This endless war has created a world steeped in grief, where loss is a common experience. Families are torn apart, dreams are shattered, and the weight of survival presses down on everyone. It is into this grim and unforgiving world that our heroes are born, destined to challenge this cycle of despair. Their journey is not just about defeating monsters, it is about finding a way to restore balance and bring a lasting peace to a world that has known only conflict for far too long. The story begins with a kind-hearted boy named Tanjiro Kamado. He lives a simple but happy life in the mountains with his family. He sells charcoal in a nearby town to support his mother and younger siblings. Tanjiro is known for his strong sense of smell and his unwavering compassion for others. His world is shattered one fateful day when he returns home to find his entire family brutally murdered by a demon. The only survivor is his younger sister, Nezuko, but she has been turned into a demon herself. This single horrific event sets Tanjiro on a path he never could have imagined, transforming him from a gentle boy into a determined warrior on a desperate quest. Driven by love for his sister, Tanjiro's mission becomes clear. He vows to find a way to turn Nezuko back into a human. Remarkably, Nezuko retains a fragment of her human will. She refuses to consume human flesh and instead protects Tanjiro from other demons. This unique bond between a human brother and his demon sister becomes the emotional core of the entire series. Tanjiro carries Nezuko in a special wooden box on his back, shielding her from the sunlight that is deadly to demons. Their journey together is one of incredible hardship and sacrifice, but their love for each other gives them the strength to persevere against all odds. To achieve his goal, Tanjiro decides to join the Demon Slayer Corps. This is a secret organization of swordsmen who have dedicated their lives to fighting demons. He undergoes brutally intense training under the tutelage of Sakonji Urokodaki, a former Hashira. Tanjiro learns the art of breathing styles, special sword techniques that grant users superhuman strength and speed. He masters the water breathing style and later discovers his connection to the legendary sun breathing, the original and most powerful style. His journey to become a demon slayer is not just about learning to fight. It is about honing his resolve and preparing himself for the terrifying dangers that lie ahead. Throughout his travels, Tanjiro encounters many allies who join him in his fight. He befriends the cowardly but powerful Zenitsu Agatsuma, who can only fight when he is unconscious, and the wild boar-headed Inosuke Hashibira, who was raised by boars in the mountains. Together, this unlikely trio faces increasingly powerful demons, growing stronger with each battle. The Demon Slayer Corps itself is led by the 9 most powerful swordsmen, the Hashira. These elite warriors become both mentors and challenges for Tanjiro, pushing him to surpass his limits. His quest is no longer a solitary one. It becomes a shared struggle for the future of humanity. The source of all demons and the ultimate antagonist of the story is Muzan Kibutsuji. He is the original demon, the first of his kind, and the one responsible for creating all other demons. Muzan has lived for over 1,000 years, operating from the shadows and manipulating events to ensure his own survival. He is a creature of pure evil, driven by a selfish desire for perfection and immortality. He views humans as nothing more than food and tools for his experiments. His presence casts a long, dark shadow over the world, and his name alone is enough to strike terror into the hearts of both humans and the demons he commands. Muzan's primary motive is simple, yet all-consuming. He wants to conquer the sun. Despite his immense power, he has one critical weakness. Like all other demons, he will be disintegrated if exposed to sunlight. This limitation infuriates him as it prevents him from achieving true, perfect immortality. For centuries, he has been searching for a way to overcome this vulnerability. His main strategy involves searching for the blue spider lily, a mythical flower he believes can grant him immunity to the sun. His other plan is to create a demon who can conquer the sun, hoping to then absorb that demon and gain its ability. This relentless pursuit is the driving force behind all his actions. He commands his demons with an iron fist, ruling through fear and intimidation. Muzan can share his blood to turn humans into demons, and he can also monitor and control them through this connection. He has placed a curse on every demon he creates. If any of them dare to speak his name, they will be destroyed from within. This ensures their absolute loyalty and secrecy. He is a cruel and narcissistic master, showing no care for his subordinates. He will kill his own demons for the slightest failure or sign of weakness. His followers, particularly the powerful upper moons, serve him out of a mixture of awe, fear, and a twisted sense of devotion. Muzan is the demon who murdered Tanjiro's family and turned Nezuko into a demon. This makes the conflict deeply personal for Tanjiro. Muzan is not just a distant, abstract evil. He is the direct source of Tanjiro's pain and suffering. The quest to defeat Muzan is therefore intertwined with Tanjiro's quest to save his sister. Muzan, for his part, becomes obsessed with Nezuko when he learns she is a demon who has conquered the sun. He sees her as the key to achieving his own goals and relentlessly hunts her down. This sets up the final, epic confrontation between the Demon Slayer Corps and the progenitor of demons. Muzan Kibutsuji's primary hideout is a place that defies logic and the laws of physics, the Infinity Castle. This is not a building made of stone and wood, but an extra-dimensional space that exists outside of normal reality. It serves as the main headquarters for Muzan and his most powerful subordinates, the 12 Kizuki. From the outside, there is no entrance. One can only be brought into the castle by a specific demon with the ability to manipulate its dimensions. The castle is a physical manifestation of Muzan's twisted mind, a chaotic, endlessly shifting labyrinth designed to confuse and trap any intruders. It is a fortress of despair, a place where hope goes to die. Visually, the Infinity Castle is a breathtaking and terrifying sight. It is a seemingly endless complex of traditional Japanese-style rooms, corridors, staircases, and bridges, all connected at impossible angles. Floors become ceilings and stairways lead to nowhere or suddenly change direction. The entire structure is constantly in motion, with entire sections rotating, shifting, and reconfiguring themselves in an instant. There is no natural light, only an eerie, dim glow that illuminates the bizarre architecture. The atmosphere is heavy and oppressive, filled with a sense of dread and disorientation. It is a place where one's sense of direction is completely useless, making it the perfect lair for a being who thrives on chaos and control. The castle's impossible geometry is its greatest defense. It is designed to separate and isolate intruders, preventing them from working together. A group of demon slayers entering the castle could be instantly scattered across its vast, ever-changing landscape. Each slayer would find themselves alone, forced to face a powerful demon in a one-on-one battle. This strategy allows Muzan and his upper moons to pick off their enemies one by one, maximizing their advantage. The castle itself is a weapon, actively working against those who would dare to challenge its master. Navigating its corridors is a battle in itself, even before encountering any demons. Beyond its physical structure, the Infinity Castle is a symbol of Muzan's power and paranoia. He created this fortress not just for defense, but to exert absolute control over his environment. Every wall, every floor, and every door moves according to his will, or the will of the demon he has entrusted with its command. It reflects his narcissistic belief that the entire world should bend to his desires. The castle is his personal kingdom, a place where the rules of nature do not apply. For the demon slayers, invading the Infinity Castle means stepping into the heart of the enemy's power, a place where the very ground beneath their feet is hostile. The master of the Infinity Castle's shifting dimensions is a mysterious and quiet demon named Nakim. She's known as the Biwa demon because she controls the castle's structure by playing a 4-string Japanese lute called a baiwa. With just a single strum of her instrument, she can rearrange the entire fortress. Nakim can create new rooms, move existing ones, and transport anyone within the castle to a different location instantly. She's the gatekeeper and the architect of Muzan's lair. And honestly, her ability makes her one of the most crucial demons in Muzan's service, since she's the one maintaining the integrity and defense of their headquarters. Nakim's role is initially a passive one. For much of the story, she's seen silently playing her biwa, summoning the upper moons to meetings at Muzan's command. She rarely speaks, and her face is hidden behind her long, dark hair, which, gives her an unsettling and enigmatic presence. Her power isn't overtly offensive like the other upper moons, but it's incredibly formidable. By controlling the battlefield, she can disorient and separate even the most powerful Hashira, making them vulnerable to attack. Nakim can create walls to block incoming attacks, or open a passageway to drop an enemy into the waiting clutches of another demon. Her control over the castle is, absolute. During the final arc of the story, Nakim's importance grows dramatically. After the death of Upper Moon 4, Hantengu, Muzan promotes Nakim to the rank of Upper Moon 4, recognizing her immense value and power. During the final battle, she traps the entire Demon Slayer Corps, including all the remaining Hashira within the Infinity Castle. Her mission is to hold them there, to separate them and keep them occupied while Muzan recovers and prepares for his final confrontation. She becomes a central figure in the battle, single-handedly fighting against multiple Hashira by constantly manipulating the environment around them. The fight against Nakim proves to be one of the most difficult challenges for the Demon Slayers. The Serpent Hashira, Obanai Iguro, and the Love Hashira, Mitsuri Kanroji, are tasked with defeating her. However, they find it nearly impossible to land a blow. Every time they get close, Nakima strums her biwa and moves the room or creates a barrier between them. They're unable to reach her, stuck in a frustrating and exhausting battle against the castle itself. Her defeat ultimately comes not from a direct attack, but from the demon slayer Yushiro, who uses his own blood demon art to interfere with her vision and hijack her control over the castle. A true testament to Nakimi's unique and powerful abilities. The Infinity Castle is home to the most powerful demons under Muzan's command, the Upper Moons. These are the top 6 demons in the 12 Kizuki, an elite group who have received a larger quantity of Muzan's blood, granting them extraordinary power. Each Upper Moon has lived for centuries, killing countless humans and dozens of Hashira. They are the greatest threat to the Demon Slayer Corps, and each one is a formidable opponent with a unique and deadly blood demon art. They gather in the Infinity Castle for meetings with Muzan, where they receive their orders and report on their progress in finding the Blue Spider Lily. Upper Moon 1, Kokushibo, is the most powerful of them all, second only to Muzan himself. He was once a human and a demon slayer in the feudal era, the twin brother of the legendary Yoriichi, Tsugikuni, the creator of sun breathing. Consumed by jealousy of his brother's immense talent, he chose to become a demon to surpass him and perfect his own sword style, moon breathing. Kokushibo is a master swordsman with 6 eyes that give him incredible perception. His presence is overwhelming and his skills are so refined that he can fight multiple Hashira at once. He represents the tragedy of ambition and the corruption of a noble warrior. Upper Moon 2, Doma, has a friendly and charismatic demeanor that hides a completely empty and psychopathic nature. He is a nihilist who feels no emotions at all, and he views killing and eating humans, particularly women, as an act of salvation. He is the leader of a religious cult where he preys on his followers. His blood demon art allows him to create and manipulate ice, generating razor-sharp ice dust that freezes his opponent's lungs. Doma is responsible for the deaths of Shinobu Kocho's sister and Inosuke's mother, making the fights against him deeply personal for several characters. He is a truly disturbing figure, representing emptiness masquerading as compassion. Upper Moon 3, Akaza is a martial arts master who despises weakness and respects strength. As a human, he suffered immense loss, which led him down a dark path even before becoming a demon. His blood demon art, Destructive Death, allows him to create powerful shockwaves with his punches and kicks. He also has a unique ability to sense the fighting spirit of his opponents, allowing him to predict their moves. Akaza has a personal code. He refuses to kill or eat women. He is the demon who killed the flame Hashira Kyojuro Rengoku in a devastating battle that left a profound impact on Tanjiro. Akaza's story is one of tragic loss and a desperate search for strength. The final arc of Demon Slayer transforms the Infinity Castle into the ultimate battleground. The entire Demon Slayer core is pulled into this shifting labyrinth for a final desperate war against Muzan and his remaining upper moons. The castle's disorienting nature immediately separates the Slayers, leading to a series of intense and emotional one-on-one and group battles. These fights are not just tests of strength, but climactic moments of character development, sacrifice, and resolution. Each battle pushes the heroes to their absolute limits, forcing them to confront their pasts and fight for a future free from demons. The castle becomes a stage for their greatest triumphs and most heartbreaking losses. One of the most emotional battles is the fight between the insect Hashira, Shinobu Kocho, and the Upper Moon 2, Doma. Shinobu knows she is not physically strong enough to decapitate a powerful demon like Doma. Instead, she devises a sacrificial plan. She allows Doma to absorb her, having spent a year ingesting wisteria poison, which is lethal to demons. Her entire body has become a weapon. This act of self-sacrifice weakens Doma enough for her protégé, Kanao Tsuyuri and Inosuke, to land the final blow. The battle is a testament to Shinobu's incredible intelligence and resolve, and it provides a powerful, albeit tragic, conclusion to her quest for revenge for her sister's death. Another key confrontation is the grueling battle against Upper Moon 1, Kokushibo. 3 Hashira, the Stone Hashira Gyome Himejima, the Wind Hashira Sanemi Shinazugawa, and the Mist Hashira Muchiro Tokito, along with Genya Shinazugawa, team up to fight him. The battle is incredibly fierce, pushing even the strongest Hashira to the brink of death. Muchiro, who is a descendant of Kokushibo, sacrifices his life to land a critical blow. Genya is also fatally wounded. Their combined efforts, along with Gyome's and Sanemi's immense power, finally bring down the most powerful Upper Moon. This victory comes at an immense cost, highlighting the theme of passing the torch to the next generation. The fight against Upper Moon 3, Akaza, is also a pivotal moment. Tanjiro and the Water Hashira, Gyu Tomioka, face him together. During the battle, Tanjiro reaches a new state of enlightenment known as the selfless state, allowing him to fight without any fighting spirit, which makes him invisible to Akaza's senses. As he is about to be defeated, Akaza's human memories of his beloved fiancé and father resurface. He remembers his desire to protect, not destroy. In a moment of clarity, he chooses to destroy himself rather than continue living as a monster. This battle explores the themes of redemption and the lingering humanity that can exist even within a demon. The Infinity Castle, a seemingly impenetrable fortress, could not be destroyed by conventional means. Its non-Euclidean structure and constant shifting made it impossible to attack from the outside or to dismantle from within. Its fate was directly tied to its controller. Initially, this was Nakim, the Baiwa demon. The demon slayers realized that to escape the labyrinth and corner Muzan, they had to defeat her. However, her ability to manipulate space made her an untouchable opponent. The key to the castle's undoing came from an unexpected source, demonstrating that brute force is not always the answer to every problem. The plan to take control of the castle was enacted by Yushiro, the demon companion of Tomeo. Yushiro's blood demon art allows him to conceal or reveal things using paper talismans, including the ability to manipulate and disrupt another's senses. He manages to attach one of his talismans to Nakim's head, allowing him to hijack her field of vision and, by extension, her control over the castle. This creates a mental battle between Yushiro and Muzan, who tries to wrest back control of Nakim. The struggle for the castle's command becomes a desperate tug-of-war, with the entire structure shaking and contorting violently as they fight for dominance. As Muzan grows more desperate to regain control and eliminate the Slayers, he makes a ruthless decision. Realizing that Yushiro's influence over Nakim is too strong, Muzan chooses to destroy her himself. He crushes her head from within, killing her instantly. With its master gone, the Infinity Castle loses its structural integrity. The extra-dimensional space begins to crumble and collapse in on itself. This act of cold-blooded pragmatism from Muzan is what ultimately leads to the fortress's destruction. He sacrifices his own upper moon and his greatest defense in a final, desperate bid to turn the tables on the demon slayers. The collapse of the Infinity Castle is a dramatic and chaotic event. The endless rooms and corridors begin to break apart, and the entire structure is violently ejected back into the physical world, surfacing in a city above ground. The surviving demon slayers and Muzan himself are thrown out onto the streets as the castle disintegrates behind them. The fall of the fortress signifies the end of the labyrinthine chase. There are no more walls to hide behind, no more tricks of space and dimension. The final battle between the Demon Slayer Corps and Muzan Kibutsuji is forced out into the open to be decided under the looming threat of the rising sun. The Infinity Castle is far more than just a physical location in the world of Demon Slayer. It stands as a powerful symbol of Muzan Kibutsuji's psyche. Its chaotic, disorienting, and endlessly complex nature perfectly mirrors his own twisted mind. It is a reflection of his narcissism, his desire for absolute control, and his deep-seated paranoia. The castle has no foundation, no connection to the natural world, just like Muzan himself, who has severed all ties to his own humanity. It is a lonely, sterile place built not for community or comfort, but as a monument to one being's selfish will. Its cold, inorganic nature represents the emptiness at the core of demonic existence. The castle also represents the theme of despair. For the demon slayers, being drawn into it is like being swallowed by hopelessness itself. It is a place designed to break their spirits, to separate them from their comrades, and to force them into unwinnable battles. The shifting walls and impossible corridors create a sense of powerlessness, suggesting that resistance is futile. Every corner turned could lead to a powerful enemy or simply to more confusion. The Infinity Castle is the ultimate manifestation of the psychological warfare that Muzan wages against humanity. It is a physical embodiment of the fear and despair he wishes to spread throughout the world. However, even within this fortress of despair, the story finds moments of profound hope and courage. The battles that take place within its walls are not just about survival, they are about the triumph of the human spirit. The demon slayers fight on despite the overwhelming odds, their bonds of friendship and love serving as a light in the darkness. Sacrifices like Shinobu's and Muichiro's are not acts of desperation, but calculated, heroic choices made for the sake of a better future. The castle, intended to be a place of isolation, ironically becomes the very stage where the strength of their camaraderie is proven to be unbreakable. Ultimately, the destruction of the Infinity Castle symbolizes the shattering of Muzan's reign of terror. When it collapses and is forced out into the open world, it signifies that Muzan's secrets and deceptions are finally over. He can no longer hide in his manufactured reality. He must face the consequences of his actions in the real world, under the same sun he has feared for a millennium. The fall of the castle is a victory for hope over despair, for order over chaos, and for the collective strength of humanity over the selfish tyranny of one individual. It is a powerful reminder that even the most formidable fortresses of fear can be brought down by courage and sacrifice.